US President Donald Trump threatened to strip Harvard University's tax exempt status earlier this week. This threat came after the university refused to comply with multiple policy changes, including demands for increased government oversight. On Tuesday, in his Truth Social post, Trump wrote, and I quote, "Perhaps Harvard should lose its tax exempt status and be taxed as a political entity if it keeps pushing political, ideological, and terrorist inspired slash supporting sickness. Remember, tax exempt status is totally contingent on acting in the public interest." Trump administration has been critical of the university's handling of protest over the Gaza war, and it has frozen over $2.2 billion in federal grants and $60 million in contract funding to the university. Further, the Trump administration has accused Harvard University of not fulfilling its civil rights responsibilities, particularly in addressing anti-Semitism on campus. Now, as per the New York Times, the Internal Revenue Service, or the IRS, is contemplating whether Harvard University's tax exemption should be revoked. Harvard has publicly rejected the intensified demands from the Trump administration's multi agency task force. These demands included ending diversity, equity, and inclusion programs, disciplining student protesters, reforming international student admissions, and conducting audits of academic programs and departments to assess the viewpoints of students, faculty, and staff. In response to the Trump administration, Harvard has claimed that such demands violate Harvard's academic independence and constitutional rights. Harvard said, and I quote, "Harvard is committed to fighting anti-Semitism and other forms of bigotry in its community. Anti-Semitism and discrimination of any kind not only are abhorrent and antithetical to Harvard's values, but also threatens its academic mission." Harvard President Alan Garber, in his letter to the Harvard community, stated that no government, regardless of which party is in power, should dictate what private universities can teach, whom they can admit and hire, and which areas of study and inquiry they can pursue. Allen also claims that these grants have helped Harvard to work on groundbreaking innovations, but revoking federal partnerships, according to Allen, would now jeopardize the health and well-being of not only millions of individuals, but also the economic security and vitality of the US. For over 75 years, the federal government has accorded grants and contracts to Harvard and other private universities. Many universities have been exempt from federal income taxes under IRC Section 501c3 because they are recognized as public charities. They are tax exempt because they contribute to education, research, and public service functions, which are considered fundamental to the public good. According to Harvard, federal funding is a major source of its research endeavors. In 2024, the university alone received $686 million from federal government, out of which 68% was Harvard-sponsored research income. So let's understand what a mammoth cut of $2 billion would mean for Harvard. According to Alvin Powell, who is the senior writer for the Harvard Gazette, the federal funding freeze would have a glaring impact, particularly on the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health, since over 46% of the school's total budget in fiscal year 2025 came from federal funding. Those funds covered direct research costs and reimbursements for facilities and administrative expenses, which were essential for research support. Moreover, if Harvard loses its federal funding, it could reduce valuable research opportunities for its undergraduate students. There's also a risk of top researchers leaving or the reduced opportunity for students to work with leading experts in various fields. Recently, Harvard expanded its financial aid programs to ease tuition, room, and board costs for middle-class families. However, it remains unclear if its funding cuts will force the university to reevaluate or cut back on these initiatives. Also, although private donations are significant, they can't match the amount of federal funding that is spent in supporting research. The US government's funding in science and medical research is far more than even the wealthiest foundations in research funding. For instance, the National Institutes of Health, NIH, which is a government agency, has a budget of nearly $48 million, out of which 80% of its funds are allocated to researchers at the university and institutions nationwide. Whereas private organizations like the Howard Hughes Medical Institute, which is one of the wealthiest private biomedical research funders, spend only $800 million on research. Even a big government agency like the National Cancer Institute has a budget of over $7 billion, which is much bigger than what private groups can offer. Now, while research universities are tax exempt, these entities are required to comply with federal and state law through tax filings, audits, and public reports. So, although Trump does not have unilateral authority to revoke a university's tax exempt status, rules in the Internal Revenue Service can be used to get the decision in his favor. Like Section 501c3 of the IRS bars tax exempt entities from their direct or indirect participation in any political campaign, whether it is against or for candidates. It prohibits participation in both the ways, that is, either through intervention or substantial lobbying. So currently, Harvard has about 7,000 undergraduate students and roughly 18,000 graduate students enrolled across its programs. It is still unclear which specific research projects will be impacted by Trump's decision to freeze grants, but the showdown between Harvard University and the Trump administration only seems to be escalating. This is Varnika Dhawan, and thank you for watching The Print.